Hi, I'm Simon Rumney, and I want to tell you about a book that literally saved my life. I wrote it after a life of never writing anything in my life because I was too embarrassed about a learning disorder I had that was really undiagnosed. As a child, I was dubbed lazy and stupid rather than dyslexic as you would be today. I became very depressed and very, very dysfunctional and, let's face it, suicidal. And I had a choice. I could either take course A or I could sit down and write. And somehow, instinctively, I sat down and started to write my story. And what came out was a story of a character with my problems, but set in Rome, and not even of my gender. It was set within a woman. I don't know why. It happened instinctively. And I read that story, and it was like, I wrote that story, and it was like therapy. I love that story, and it started me on a road of writing. And I started writing, and I wrote screenplays, I wrote books. I went back and turned that first book into a series of 3. The first one is about self-esteem, the second one is about racism, and the third one is about war, and all of these things that I try to understand about the human race. And as I carried on writing and I created that series, I went back to the first book, which was naive, but it had a real, according to a lot of people who read it, had a real credible spark. It had something. That's something that we don't really know, but it was there. And I went back and I re-edited it using all of the experience I had of working with the craft over the last 15 years. And I kept the story, I kept the pain, I kept the character, but I made the prose better. And my editor recently edited it and was very enthusiastic and said, I've really got something here. And I'd love people to read it just to get a handle on how I see the world, who I am and what I'm doing. And it's a really good story as well. Please, I hope you read it and I hope you enjoy it. Bye-bye.